Hello children, a very good morning to all. How are you? Hope you all will be fine and safe at home. This is your social class and in today's class we are going to see the continuation of our second lesson. In the last class we have seen the first session of the second lesson and today we are going to see the second part of our second lesson. Children, we all remember the name of the second lesson? From the first semester, the name of the second lesson is The Story of Mesopotamia. Yes, the name of the lesson is The Story of Mesopotamia. Now we are going to see the second part of this lesson. Children, do you all remember what are all the topics we have learned in the first part of this lesson? Yes, very good. We are learning about the Mesopotamia. So, who are all the people? Who are the first people to settle in Mesopotamia? Do you remember that? Yes, very good children. Sumerians were the first people to settle in the land of Mesopotamia. So, the topics were we have learned the geographical extent of Mesopotamia, then timeline, and then society and occupation, then religion, and at last we have learned the language and writing of the Sumerian. So now we are going to learn about the kingdoms that were flourished in the Mesopotamia. So we have learned about the Sumerian kingdom. Here we are going to learn about other kingdoms that flourished in the Mesopotamia. So what are all the other kingdoms? See children, Akkadians, second one is Babylonians, third one is Assyrians. So first we have seen about Sumerians. They were the first people to settle in the land of Mesopotamia. These were the other kingdoms who flourished in the land of Mesopotamia. See children, Akkadians, Babylonians, and then Assyrians. So children, repeat after me children. Akkadians, yes. Babylonians, it's very good. And Assyrians. Okay, these are all the other kingdoms which flourished after the Sumerian kingdom. Now we are going to learn about the Code of Hammurabi. What is the Code of Hammurabi? What is that? For what it was developed? Who developed it? We are going to learn. It is a system of laws developed by King Hammurabi, a Babylonian king. So, this Code of Hammurabi is a system of laws. Now, in India, we are making many constitutions. Nowadays, we have many laws in our constitution. In our Indian constitution, government gave the laws to people, so we have to follow those laws. Okay? So, which is the first code that was developed is Code of Hammurabi. So, what it is? It is a system of laws. So, nowadays we are calling it as constitution. Those days they told it as a system of laws. The name of that is Code of Hammurabi. It was developed by King Hammurabi, a Babylonian king. So, it was developed by King Hammurabi. So, the name is also Code of Hammurabi. Since it is developed by King Hammurabi, they gave the name as Code of Hammurabi. Who is Hammurabi? He is a Babylonian king. Okay, it is one of the first collections of written laws in the world. So, this is one of the first collections that was written laws, that was in the form of written format. Okay, in the world, in the whole world itself. In those days, the kings will tell what are all the rules to be followed in orally. Okay, this was the first collection that was in the written format, which was developed by King Hammurabi, and that was called as Code of Hammurabi. So, this is about the Code of Hammurabi. We have seen the kingdoms that were flourished in Mesopotamia. Now, we are going to see the contributions that were done by the Mesopotamian people, by all the kingdoms in common. We are going to see their contributions. What are all the things they did for the technology, for other things, for doing many occupations? What are all the things they invented? Like that we are going to see now. First, to use wheel. So these Mesopotamian people were the first to use wheel. Okay, we have seen in the early human beings, no, they invented wheel. But here these Mesopotamian people were the first people to use the wheel. So they used the wheel in farming. So many people followed the occupation of farming. So all the farmers used the wheel for their farming. Then developed a number system based on 60. So we have many number systems. You will be learning in maths in your future. And here these Mesopotamians were the people who developed the number system based on 60. Where we used 60? Yes, in the clock we will be using only 60. So we will be having 60 seconds for 1 minute and 60 minutes for 1 hour. So because of this only, these people only contributed for this clock. So they only developed the number system based on 60. Because of this only we have 60 seconds for 1 minute and 60 minutes for an hour. Okay. Then developed a calendar 12 months in a year and 7 days in a week. So these people were the first to develop the clock and they were the first to develop the calendar also. So which type of calendar they have developed? Yes, the calendar which we are using now. It was developed by them. How we are using now? 12 months in a year. Do we have 12 months in a year now? Yes. So they developed a calendar with 12 months in a year and 7 days in a week. Do we have 7 days in a week now also? Yes. So they developed the calendar 12 months in a year and 7 days in a week that we are following now till now. Okay. Then next one is they mapped first set of constellations. So they were the people who mapped the first set of constellations. Constellations means a group of stars that forms a pattern. So in the sky we are having many stars now. So they are in a group. They are like in a group. They were the people who saw those stars and they found a pattern with those stars. So that is known as constellations. They were the first to make constellations. Then first to create architectural structures such as dome, arch and pillar. So we will be building many types of buildings now. So we will be building churches, then temple, then our houses, then any other departmental stores like that. We are building many structures. So each and every structure will vary. Okay, our house won't be like a temple. So in the temple we will be having a triangle-like shape at the bottom, at the top. So our house won't be like that. Other shops won't be like that. So each and every building has its own structure. So they were the first to create these structures. So dome, arch and pillar. Dome is like it will be a triangular in shape at the top. Arch is like it will be a semicircular shape. Okay, then pillar is like it is a straight line, like it is a straight line. So pillars and all we can see in temples, then in some old houses they will be having pillars. Okay, they were the first to create these structures. Then first to develop writing. So we saw early people started to talk with the help of signs and animal sounds, and then the Mesopotamians were the first people to, yes, for what they started? Yes, they started to draw. Okay, they started to draw pictures, and then these people were the people who developed the writing also. We saw no cuneiform and they wrote in clay tablets like I told no. So with the help of those things they started writing. These were the people to develop the writing skills. They wrote the earliest known literature called the Epic of Gilgamesh. Literature means a book having many stories. So the Epic of Gilgamesh is the earliest known literature. So in older days they have done many literatures, but we know the earliest known literature is this one. The older literature that we came to know is the Epic of Gilgamesh. This literature had many stories in which the stories based on the struggles between the God and the human beings. So these were all the stories written by Mesopotamians. Then first to harness the wind using sail. So harness means to control something by using its power. So they used the sail. They used the sail and they controlled the power of wind. So if we want to go straight, but the wind is not allowing us to go straight. So they used the sail to control the wind. At that time this sail controlled the wind and allowed us to go straight in the sea. Okay. Then they invented first string instruments such as harp and lyre. So do you all know about the string instruments, children? Nowadays, what are all the string instruments we are using? Yes, guitar. For example, guitar, then veena. Yes, these are all the string instruments we are using nowadays. So the earliest string instruments, the first string instruments were harp and lyre. So these string instruments were invented by Mesopotamians. Okay, they invented the cedar plough. So they invented the cedar plough. Cedar plough is nothing but the machine used for farming. So using that machine, we can plough both the land and the plants. Ploughing means taking it out. We are taking the extra plants and land out. Okay, so this is the machine which will do the work. So the name of the machine is cedar plough. So they also invented the cedar plough. This is one of the important thing for farming. So it was invented by the Mesopotamians. So these are all the contributions done by Mesopotamians. So we should be very thankful to Mesopotamians. Without these things we can't. It is very difficult to live now, no? So without the wheel, we can't go anywhere. Without the time, we can't see time. We can't go and see the sun and the moon every time. Yes? Then without the calendar, we don't know what to do. Then constellations. Constellations means a group of stars. With the help of these constellations, many researches are going on now. So then dome, arch and pillar. With the help of pillar we are building many structures nowadays. So without those things we can't build anything now. Then writing. Writing is one of the most important thing for education. So we are using this one nowadays. Then literature. They start to write books. Without the books we can't gain any knowledge. So these were the people to write the literature books. Then they used the sail. With the help of sail only we are doing many things now. We will be exporting and importing many things through the sea. So without the help of sail we can't do the things that we need through the sea. Okay. They invented the string instruments. String instruments or while hearing music will be using they will be using many string instruments. Will be enjoying those things. So without these things we can't enjoy. We can't get full music. Okay. Then at last they invented the cedar plough. This is one of the important invention in farming. Okay, these are all the contributions that were made by Mesopotamian people. Children, we have seen a lot of contributions that were made by Mesopotamians. So they were the contributions that means a lot for us. So we are using now also. Those contributions helps us a lot. So how we came to know that Mesopotamians were the people were living there. They did many things like this. They contributed many things. These things happened many years, a lot of years ago. How we came to know these things? Now we will see about that thing. Okay. So how we know the information? We saw many information about Mesopotamian civilization. How we came to know that? Using the architectural remains, then artifacts, then clay tablets. So they were the people who are great in architecture. As I told you, they built many structures like dome, pillars, etc. They were great in those things. So many architectural remains are there nowadays also. So with the help of these architectural remains, we came to know that these people had done these things. Like that we did this. Then artifacts. They did many artifacts. So with the help of those artifacts, we came to know that these people did these artifacts also. We can also use these artifacts for art things. Okay. Then clay tablets. I told that they started writing. How we know that they were the people who started writing? How we are using these ABCDs and 1, 2, 3s and all. With the help of these clay tablets, we took these clay tablets and we added many things to that clay tablets, and now we are following those things, those writings now. So architecture, we will see about the architecture. Mud brick buildings. So most of their architecture are with the help of mud brick buildings or the mud brick buildings. Mud brick buildings means they use the mud and the stones for building their structures. So I don't know priests and scribes are the people who lives in mud brick buildings, and merchants, farmers, they also lived in mud brick buildings. So they were the people who lived in mud brick buildings. Then see how kings were living. So kings were living in the place where the structure is different and it was very attractive. So their palaces will be different. They will be looking differently. Okay. Then eroded over the passage of time. But these things, these mud brick buildings were eroded. They were destroyed along with the time. While time was going, they were destroyed due to natural calamities and many things. Remaining today, what are the things that were remaining today? Broken buildings, dust and clay. So, the things that were remaining today is the broken buildings. We can see many broken buildings and the dust and clay. Since they were destroyed, we can see many dust and clay. So, these things are called as tell. This dust and clay it is called as tell. T-E-L-L. Tell. Okay, then clay tablets in a library of Nineveh, an Assyrian city, give a lot of insight into Mesopotamian history. So we came to know the Mesopotamian history with the help of the clay tablets. They wrote many clay tablets now. So with the help of these clay tablets, where these clay tablets were available? It was available in the library of Nineveh. Nineveh is a city in Assyria. So it is an Assyrian city where these clay tablets were available. With the help of those clay tablets, we came to know the history of Mesopotamia. Okay, we saw the contributions and the things how we came to know these history of Mesopotamia. The things were architectural remains, artifacts and clay tablets. With the help of these things we came to know about the Mesopotamia. Then we told that they were living in mud brick buildings. So those buildings were eroded while the time is going on. So the things that were remaining today is broken buildings and dust and clay for tell. Okay, then we came to know the history of Mesopotamia with the help of the clay tablets that are available in Library of Nineveh. Nineveh is a city located in Assyria. So this is about the Mesopotamian civilization. Now we are going to recall all the topics that we have seen in the whole lesson. So these are all the topics we have seen. So we are seeing about the Mesopotamian civilization. What are all the topics we have seen? First we have seen the geographical extent, then timeline, then society and occupation. Next we have seen the significant contributions done by them, then religion followed by them, then other important kingdoms that were flourished in Mesopotamia, then language and writing that were developed by Mesopotamian people. So these are all the topics we have learned in this lesson. First one is geographical extent, where they started to live. Yes, they started to live in a land between two rivers. What are the names of those two rivers? Yes, the names of those two rivers are the river Euphrates and the river Tigris. These two are the rivers that were running at the sides of that land. Since they settled in the land between those two rivers, the name Mesopotamia was came to them. Okay, this is about the geographical extent. Timeline. So they lived near 4000 BCE. Near the time 4000 BCE, they lived in that land. Okay, then society and occupation. So in the 4000 BCE, who are the first people to live in that land? Yes, Sumerians were the first people to live in that land. So next we move on to the society and occupation. So we have many people in the society. They gave very importance to all the people in the society. So the first priority were given to the kings. Kings are the most important people in the city. So kings were the people who lived in palaces at the center of the city. They were the people who given the most important. Okay. Then the second priority was given to two people. Who are they? Yes, priests and scribes. Priests are the people who serves God, and scribes were the people who knows to read and write. So they were the only people who knows to read and write. Okay. The next priority was given to. So these priests and scribes were living around the king's palaces. And the next priority, third priority, was given to the craftsmen, merchants, farmers and soldiers. So these were the people who were given the third priority. So craftsmen were the people who created the crafts. Then merchants are the people who sold the products. Then farmers are the people who cultivated the food. They cultivated the food. Then they domesticated animals. So for cultivating food, they are in need of water. So they took water from the two rivers, river Euphrates and river Tigris. They took water from both those two rivers, and because of those two rivers, their land was very fertile. Then soldiers are the people who protect us in the time of war. Okay. And the last priority was given to slaves and laborers. So these people lived in very small houses, and they also lived in the outside part of the city. So these were the people. They were the people who were given the least priority in the city. So this is about the society and occupation. Next, the significant contributions made by the Mesopotamian people. What are all the contributions made by Mesopotamian people? Yes, they were the first one to use the wheel for farming and trade. So, the early human beings invented wheel. These people, Mesopotamian people, were the people to use those wheels for farming and trade. And then the next one is the number system based on 60. So we are using this number system based on 60 nowadays also for seeing the time. Because of this only we are having 60 minutes in 1 hour and 60 seconds in 1 minute. And they were the people who developed the calendar with 12 months in a year and 7 days in a week. This calendar, we are using this calendar only nowadays also. Then they were the first people to map the constellations. What is the constellations? Yes, the group of stars forming a pattern. So they were the first people to map these constellations. And the next one is writing. So these people started to write. So they were the people started to write, and those writings were developed along the time, and now we are using our own writing. The next one is they were the people who wrote the earliest known literature. What is the name of that literature? Yes, the name of that literature is the Epic of Gilgamesh. So this literature, what it was talking about? It was talking about the struggle between the human beings and the gods. Okay. Then the next one is they invented the sail. So while the wind is blowing, we can't go forward in seas. So they invented sail to control the wind. With the help of that thing, we can travel easily in sails. And next one is they were the first people to invent the string instruments. Okay, nowadays we are using the string instruments like veena, guitar, etc. So those people were the first to invent the string instruments. And at last they were the people, Mesopotamian people were the people to invent the cedar plow. So they used the cedar plow to plow the land and plants in one time. Okay, so this is the farming machine they used while they are cultivating the food products. So what is the belief they believed in? Religion. Yes, they believed in gods. So for honoring their gods, what they did? They built a big structure at the center of the city. So that structure is known as ziggurat. Then what is their another belief? They also believed in life after death. So for this thing, what they did? They buried the important people along with their possessions, along with their properties they used, and sometimes they buried those people with their slaves also. So they killed their slaves and buried the slaves also with those important people. Now the next one is the other kingdoms, the other important kingdoms. What are all the other important kingdoms flourished in this Mesopotamian land? Yes, they were Akkadians, Babylonians and Assyrians. So this is an important thing, you have to remember this. Akkadians, Babylonians and Assyrians. They were the other kingdoms who flourished in this Mesopotamian land. And the last one is language and writing. What are the things we have seen in language and writing? We have seen about the pictogram. What is the pictogram? Yes, they started to draw and to communicate with the help of those pictures. Those pictures pictures are called as pictograms. Then we saw about the cuneiform also. So cuneiform is nothing but it is a writing, style of writing that resembles the shape of a wedge. Okay, I have drawn the shape of the wedge in the last session itself. So that wedge, by using that wedge they developed the writing that is called as cuneiform. So they started writing in the clay tablets, and with the help of those clay tablets only we came to know the history of Mesopotamian civilization. So this is the thing about the story of Mesopotamia. Now here the lesson ends, and this is about the story of Mesopotamia. Okay children?
Children, now we are going to see some of the interesting facts about the people of Mesopotamia. So we are going to see about the structures they have built and the inventions they have done. The first fact is this one. So in this picture you are seeing the hanging gardens of Babylon. So Babylon were one of the people settled in Mesopotamia. So at the time of Babylonian kingdom, people made this hanging gardens. So at that time, in ancient time, this hanging gardens of Babylon was one of the 7 wonders. So nowadays we are having 7 wonders in the world. No, we are having many places as 7 wonders. In India, Taj Mahal is one of the 7 wonders now. But in ancient world, the hanging gardens of Babylon is one of the 7 wonders that was made by the Mesopotamian people, Babylonian kingdom. Okay. Next, I told about the code of Hammurabi. No? In the period of Hammurabi, he developed a code of laws. So, in his system of laws, he developed many things. Most of the things were very strict and it had severe punishments. So, one example is given in this picture. See, what is the thing in the picture? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. This is one of the code from the Hammurabi's code. So this is very strict. He tells that once a man is doing some wrong to anyone, in the same way he should be get punished. So if a man shoots someone, he should also be shooted. So his laws were very strict and the punishments were also very severe like this. I told one example for Hammurabi's code. No, this is the another thing. So many of his laws will involve like jumping into the Euphrates river to prove one's innocence. So if we have to prove that we are innocent, we have to jump into the Euphrates river. If you survive after jumping into the Euphrates river, you are innocent, else you are guilty. Like that his laws will be. So he framed all the laws like this. This thing was involved in many of his laws. So if one have to prove his innocence, he have to jump into the Euphrates river. If he survives, if he is alive after jumping into the Euphrates river also, then he is innocent. Otherwise he is guilty. So children, now what are you seeing in the picture? Can you guess what is this one? Yes, very good. This one is a magnifying glass. So the use of this one is, if you see an object through this glass, it will show you bigger. It will show that object as a bigger one. So with the help of this magnifying glass we can do many things. We are doing many researches with the help of this magnifying glass. So this magnifying glass was first made by the Assyrians. So Assyrians were one of the people who settled in Mesopotamia. So they were the first to make this magnifying glass. It is a piece of glass used to make objects look bigger. So Assyrians were the one to make this magnifying glass. Children, at last your activity is you have to make a thank you card for the Mesopotamian people for their contributions. So they have contributed many things to us. No, we are using all those things till now. So for thanking them you have to make a thank you card. So you have to take a chart, fold it like a card, and on the front page write the text as thank you, and after opening that card, inside that you have to paste the pictures of the things that they invented for us. So they have invented wheel, then farming occupation, then language, calendar, clock, then this magnifying glass. Like that they have invented many things. So you have to take the picture of any 3 or 4 things and you have to paste it inside the card. Or else if you know to draw, you can draw also. So you have to, in the front page you have to write thank you, and after opening that you can paste the pictures, or if you can draw. Okay, so in the picture you are seeing the sample of a thank you card. Like this you can decorate, you can show your creativity in the decoration. You have to send this activity through the WhatsApp group, children.
And now we have came to the end of our session. This is time for home assignment and activity. So your home assignment is refer the given PDF and complete your classwork note neatly. So you will be getting a PDF with this video. You have to refer that PDF and you have to write all the question and answers neatly in your classwork note. Okay, children? Then your activity is make a thank you card by thanking the people of Mesopotamia for their contributions. So we have seen many contributions made by Mesopotamian people, no? So you have to make a thank you card. So you have to make a card and give the name as thank you. So you have to give the caption, the topic as thank you, and you can paste the pictures of the contributions made by Mesopotamia. For example, they have contributed calendar. We are using now also. So you can paste the picture of calendar, or if you can draw, you can draw even. Okay, then they contributed the time for us, number system for seeing time. So you can paste the picture of clock, or else you can draw the picture. Okay, like that they contributed many things that we are using now also. So for typing them, write the topic as thank you and paste the pictures or draw the things that they contributed for us. Then you have to complete this, decorate this thank you card. You can decorate this like whatever you want. You can draw the borders like a greeting card. You can make it. So this is your home assignment and activity. You have to complete it and send it through your WhatsApp group on time. So in next class we will see our new lesson, third lesson. Until then, thank you, children.